Hang on. Ah, that's better. Try again.
I always love these moments. We're going to just stop, all right? Just imagine.
This is just to prove that this is live.
So what happened?
It's all right. It's working now. Off you go. Don't make a fuss.
You'll understand why murders go on in rooms of this size, okay? I'm away, I'm the musician, I'm doing my thing, then suddenly she goes, there's no sound.
At least I told you before we go into the song.
Oh. I was into the song. I was halfway through the song. I played an introduction. The introduction, for those of you who care about these things, was this. It's 8 o'clock on It's 3 minutes past 8 on a Sunday. Regular crowd shuffles in. You are a regular lot. There's an old man. He's sitting next to me, making love to his tonic and gin. Son, can you play me a memory? I'm not really sure how it goes, but it's sad and it's sweet, and I knew it complete when I wore a younger man's clothes. La 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 la. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. Well, we're all in the mood for a melody. I hope you are. You got us feeling all right. Now John at the bar, he's a friend of mine. He gets me my drinks for free, and he's quick with a joke, or he'll light up your smoke. But there's some place that he'd rather be. Oh, he said, John, I believe this is killing me. As a smile ran away from his face, I know I could be a big movie star if I could get out of this place. La 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 la. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. Well, we're all in the mood for a melody, and you've got us feeling all right. Now Paul, he's a real estate novelist who never had time for a wife. And he's talking with Davy, who's still in the Navy and probably will be for life. Oh, and the waitress is practicing politics as the businessmen, they slowly get stoned. They're sharing a drink they call loneliness, but it's better than drinking alone. La 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 la. piano man, sing us a song tonight. Well, we're all in the mood for a melody, and you've got us feeling all right. It's a pretty good crowd. You better be anyway, because I hate singing to no people. It's a pretty good crowd for a Sunday. Especially when Search the Midwife is coming back on soon. Look, don't start. And the manager, S, she gives me a kind of a very weak grin. Because she knows so well, knows so well, knows well, knows well. She knows that it's me they've been coming to see, to forget about life for a while. Oh, and the piano, it sounds like a carnival, and the microphone, it smells like a beer, and they sit at the bar and put bread in my jar and say, ma'am, what are you doing here? They do. La la la, la la la, la la la, la la la, la. Sing along now. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. Well, we're all in the mood for a melody, and you've got us feeling all right. How difficult that is to play just that single note. Yeah.
All right, I'll give you
You're not
that.
impressed, are you?
Oh, I'm very impressed. Everyone's
Do you know
loving
what? Can I just stop you? It's taken 10.5 minutes to do that song. All right?
But they've all enjoyed it very much. And David Hicks said,
Oh,
I vote for Let's Forget About Life for a while. And I think that's a very good idea. I think it's a
David,
very good idea.
I just wrote to David. David, it's good to see you on. And with all that you've been going through with the family and all the organising of stuff and funerals and looking after your mum and
Tough times.
Tough times. And so we are there with you. As the whole of the community, actually, has proved this has been a very odd week.
Wow, what a week. What a week.
I mean,
So
goodness
much
gracious.
has gone on this week. It's ridiculous.
I mean, we don't talk too much about the week because all I want to say is this, and I've said it on my live feed, so I'm going to say this. We thank you, particularly the community, for getting out there and voting for Premier Radio's favourite top hidden thing, and responding as you did when it went all a little bit belly up. And but we are going to not talk about that tonight. We're not going to talk about it. What we're going to say is we're going to big up the people at Premier who issued an unreserved apology.
Yeah,
and
that was good.
And said in an announcement, they said the winner of it was Jonathan Vera for How Great Thou Art. Now, and it became a thing, and I wanted to kind of look at you in the camera and say this. It's always a very difficult moment when something like that happens. I spent my whole life in a business that's ego-based. And so when a when something like this comes on, when you win something or you're projected to win something or nominated or whatever, and it's happened many times, and things have happened that have gone on, and you just accept them as part of the business. But when it happens, you're caught between the ego and the whole thing of, here he is, who does he think he is, and there's that side to it. And within the Christian church, of course, there's a really uneasy feeling. They don't know where to put ego, so they feel that I'll get my head too big, or whatever it is that certain people still say to me now. And I want you to know, these things, somebody asked me, my sister asked me the other day, what do you actually think about it? I said, honestly, truly, if I didn't win, I didn't win. If I did win, that's nice. And that's where to put it. It's to put it in that glove compartment of life and just go, yeah, it's in there, and that's really nice to have it, and it's really great that you voted for it.
Yeah.
And that you deserve to win as much as we did. We've had a very difficult week this week, and so it's been medically and everything else.
There's been a lot going on, hasn't there? I mean, there's the last Sunday I mentioned about how nice it would be, Angela Raby's idea of us setting up a group, and no sooner said than done. And 250 odd people later, we have this wonderful Facebook community. If you haven't joined already, then just please do so, because it's wonderful, it's fun, it's caring, it's great to see the pictures of people. We're just loving that, and just hearing about people's journeys and walks and so on, and people being able to share what their needs are, so people can send them positive thoughts or pray for them, and that's fantastic. So you've got it here on the screen, facebook.com/groups/JV Community Official. So please, if you've not joined us, join us. Thank you to everyone who wished us happy anniversary this week. It was a slightly confused week because we went out for a meal on the Wednesday. We thought it was on Thursday, but actually it was on Friday.
Apart from that, no, totally well.
Apart from that, we got it completely right. So thank you to everyone.
It's a little bit funny, this feeling inside. I'm not one of those who can easily hide. I don't have much money, boy, if I did, I'd buy a big house where we both could live. I was a sculptor, but then again, no, or a man who makes potions in a traveling show. Oh, I know it's not much, but it's the best I can do. My gift is my song, and this one's for you. You can tell everybody this is your song. It may be quite simple, but now that it's done, I hope you don't mind, I hope you don't mind that I put down in the words how wonderful life is while you're in the world. Well, I sat on the roof and I kicked off the moss. Well, a few of the verses, well, they got me quite cross, but the sun's been quite kind while I wrote this song. It's for people like you that keep it turned on. Excuse me for guessing, but these things I do, well, you see, I've forgotten if they're green or the blue. Anyway, the thing is, what I really need, yours are the sweetest eyes I've ever seen. And you can tell everybody this is your song. It may be quite simple, but now that it's done, I hope you don't mind, I hope you don't mind that I put down in words how wonderful life is with you and the world. I hope you don't mind, I hope you don't mind that I put down in words how wonderful life is with you and the world.
And
That was for Sue, but mainly it was for Tristan and Mandy.
Yes, it was their first dance, apparently, at their wedding. I think it was 14 years ago, they said. So.
Oh, you're such babies, aren't you?
I know.
14 years. Oh, my goodness.
I'm just gonna move this
38 years. It's double and then 10 years, Sue.
What can I say? I'm looking pretty good on it. What's wrong with you?
Those of you who saw the picture of me.
Can I honestly say that when the children first saw
My
our
children,
wedding
not
photographs,
children in general.
our children, our three sons, when they saw our wedding photographs, they honestly said, they looked at the wedding photographs and they said, "Who's that man standing next to you, Mummy?" Could I get you on Trace Description Act, do you think?
If
I
I
married you with
I'll
hair
tell you
and
because
you were slim and handsome and but you're still
but nobody.
gorgeous.
So,
You're
somebody,
still gorgeous.
somebody else commented on the bags underneath my eyes.
Oh,
Can
look,
I say
I've got them to match.
they are? No, you're fine.
That's
You-
why
but
I
you got
smile a
makeup.
lot to hide them.
Anyway, nevertheless, there's that one. I'm just going to do, while I still can, I'm going to do a little bit of this one, which is, a lot of people have been saying, oh, on the album, because we've started recording the album, as some of you have known. I've been 3 days now working solidly down at the studio, and I'm tired today. And we start recording tomorrow. Matthew and I go down to the studio. We can have the band there, fantastic drummer, double bass player, and Mark Edwards, the pianist, plus the mixer, plus everything else. And we're going to be filming bits and pieces and sending you bits of onto the community and onto the wider community. For those of you who are not yet signed up to the Facebook group. And Steve Hale, now if you're listening, Steve, have you got the opera album? I think you've seen it. Because there are many people... Yeah, I just think so. I think it's out when I'm singing, yeah, when you don't have to. But it's really important, actually, to get this out, that I recorded an opera album, which is specifically just the opera that I did with the Sophia
And it is wonderful.
Symphony
It is
Orchestra.
wonderful.
Yeah, those who've got it. Well, no, and I went out to Bulgaria and spent a week with the conductor, Noel Trudinic, and we did all the things that I'd done, about 10 songs, 11 songs, I can't remember now, 11 arias, big ones from Falstaff and Verdi. I didn't do any Puccini, but Rossini, Wagner, Donizetti. So things that I'd become famous for doing.
Can I say, John Dick, you're going to love it.
Yeah, John, who hates opera. Now he's going to put a link. I don't hate opera. It's just I don't understand it. I don't understand what's going on. It's kind of like that, isn't it? I hope the impression is good, John. It's not. It's not that I don't. Why do I sound like the cranky whenever I'm doing a bit of a lift? No, I don't like it, But anyway, stop.
Sorry.
But there are many of you who like the operatic voice. So on the second album, on number 2, I think on the first album we're doing one which is the
Holy City.
What is rattling? It's driving me absolutely spare.
Is that better?
Yeah.
It's the mugs.
Barney is fine. Okay, here we go. related, you see. Wisdom. That's the bit that I like about owls, that him and I are the same. So on the first album, we can do Holy City, and we're also doing Bring Him Home, which will be a kind of a mixture of, I suppose it's Bring Him Home is more kind of, I don't know, it's a middle-of-the-road style. On the second album, the idea will be doing more duets and things like that, and I will...
It's a bit more unplugged, isn't it?
It will be more unplugged, less
a bit
mandy.
more acoustic.
And so we will have a couple of classical pieces in there. I'm thinking one of them will be this one. Oh, che bella cosa, la giornata sole, l'aria serena, dopo una tempesta, per l'aria fresca, pare già una festa. Che bella cosa, una giornata sole, mano tu sole, più bello in me, oh sole mio, stai in fronte a te, oh sole mio, stai in fronte a te, stai in fronte a te. Quando fa notte e sole scene, me viene quasi una malinconia sotto a finestra a tua resteria. Quando fa notte sole scene, tu sole più bello in me, oh sole mio, stai in fronte a te, oh sole mio, stai in fronte a te, stai in fronte a te. Now, can I just... were the hands going up? Were they clapping?
They haven't.
No.
They haven't got there yet. Yes, they have. Just remember, they're just slightly behind. Yes.
Yeah. When Sue says you're slightly behind, that's not an insult.
No,
okay?
no.
It means that you were about 15 seconds behind us when we're live. All right? That's how it works on Facebook Live.
Now they're doing it.
There you go. Right, come on then. Is it going mad? Are they going, bravo? No. Oh, that's really wrong, isn't it?
Yes, lots.
Oh, right,
yes.
lots. I
Yes.
think so too. Goodness gracious me, I'm killing myself here with you. Now, I think there's one song I want to do before I do something else, which is, and it's one I've been working on at the studio.
Everyone wants a cornetto, apparently.
Just one cornet, sing it with me. Give it to me, delicious ice cream from Italy. Na, 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 na. Whatever those words are, just one cornetto from whose ice cream. And that was higher. That was one note higher.
Bravo.
Right. Now, can anybody tell me what the words were? I'm not going to give you a free gift if you write in. What were those missing words? write them in when you can.
Yes.
One, what we were doing in the studio, we were doing a huge amount. Some I posted, and we did 13 songs going through them.
When you say you did 13 songs,
what we mean is that we do in pre-production. What it means is, and so those of you who watch the video, it means that we start to sort out arrangements, so that when we get in the studio time is incredibly expensive. That's where most of your money goes, is in the studio time. You have to hire musicians, you have to hire technicians to record. It's a very complicated system. And we try and save as much time, because tomorrow we will be recording, I think, 5 or 6 songs we have to do tomorrow. And
it's a lot to do in one day.
Normally what most artists do is 1 or 2. And but there's an urgency about this as well, for us, that we have to get these down. If I have the transplant sometime soon, if I do, after this angiogram that I've got at the end of the month, for which we have to go into a kind of shielding for 2 weeks before the angiogram. Now, that means that we have to get everything in now, in a time that we were suddenly given a different date, and all that. So that means that they shove things down throats in operations when they bag it, and they can affect the vocal folds. Now, if that was I mean permanently, so we have to have conversations with surgeons and all the rest of it, but my voice could come out differently, and I don't want that to happen during this time. So I want to get as many things done before I go, as my mother would have said, under the knife. Before we do that, and so that's why we're working really hard, and we're trying to get this out for you as well as for us. But you get this at some point. And one of the ones we work the song. We play around with it a bit, and we see, and I say, well, I got this idea, and Mark says, what about this idea? And because he's a jazz king, he's very good with chords, and he can manipulate things around, and then we get our rhythmic ideas, and then we put them together, and that's why we work together so well, because we just sit there and play, and then when out of the play comes something which hopefully those of you who've got my records will know that that's what Mark and I do.
Great team.
Great team. We arrange nice songs together. And so when he's doing this, because he is one of the leading jazz pianists in the country, it's kind of he listens to something like Smile, and the song, and this is for Marion Gaff, and you're still in effect in lockdown
in Leicester. You people in Leicester, it's difficult, isn't it?
I mean,
very hard.
You know, it is difficult, and we really do. All of us, we send you. So if you could just send love right now, some hearts and things to Marion Gaff, and those who are listening in Leicestershire who are affected by this, or even in Greater Manchester or in Bolton.
Yes, anyone who's affected by this, including our friend Lucas, who's in Melbourne. Because they've just had their lockdown extended for 2 weeks, and it's not easy. We all know that it's not easy.
It's not.
I can't have to say that I'm not looking forward to shielding for 2 weeks. So
with me.
Well, I wasn't going to say that.
Yeah. I think she's going to lock me in the studio out in the garden. I think that's the idea, and that she'll feed me water and stuff, and every now and again through a window.
I'll be putting notices up at the door. Help me.
SOS. Yes. Right, there'll be things outside.
On the lawn.
So this was one that we sent. Smile though your heart is aching. Smile even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you'll get by if you smile through your fear and sorrow. Smile and maybe tomorrow you'll see the sun come shining through for you. Oh, light up your face with gladness. Trace every trace of sadness, although a tear may be ever so near. That's the time you must keep on trying. Smile, what's the use of crying? You'll find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile. Light up your face with gladness, hide every trace of sadness. Although a tear may be ever so near, that's the time you must keep on trying. Smile, what's the use of crying? You'll find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile. Smile. Smile, smile, smile even though it's aching. Smile though a heart is breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you'll get by if you smile through your fear and sorrow. Smile and maybe tomorrow you'll see the sun come shining through if you just smile. It's going to be a little bit like that.
Lovely. They enjoyed that, and they enjoyed the sort of little clip that you posted as well.
Oh yes,
So they enjoyed that very much,
So
didn't they?
we'll be doing clips, keeping you posted during these next 2 days, and then we're going to have a recording another day on the 14th. So it'll be 3 days recording, at which time Sue will do. Hopefully, will do her vocal on Go Peaceful, and it's quite a nerve-wracking thing. Let me tell you.
I know.
Sue's not a recording artist, so to go into a studio and to record a vocal is a thing. But she's been singing with me for years and years and years and years, and then didn't sing at all with me for years and years and years and years. And
Well, I
it's
didn't
quite
do opera,
interesting.
did I? When Jonathan says I sang with him for years and years, that's how we met. We met in a Christian singing group. A mutual friend, our friend Mark, brought us together, and we used to go round churches and clubs and ball stalls and places like that, performing as a group. And so that's how we started. And then Jonathan went on to bigger and better things. We always knew he would, you know.
I'm just going to do something now. It would prove very popular the other day. I'm just going to phone somebody. Here we go.
It could
can
be
you take the mute off?
Do. It could be you. Oh.
Let's see.
Stand by your phones.
Stand by your phones. It could be you. Could be any of you. All right, let's see if she answers.
Oh.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Is that Zena?
Hello. Yes, I'm just eating a banana.
Oh, that's too much information. And Zena, are you in the same room as the thingy, your broadcast?
It's the same machine.
The same machine. Well, in which case, you don't need to listen to me, listening to you, listening to them. You can just listen to me. Hi, Zena. And I just want to say, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Zena. Happy birthday to you. Now, if I ask Zena, can you just thrill the people here, right, all around the world, as they're listening to you now? Could
Swallow
you just
your banana
sing?
quick.
Swallow your banana quickly and sing happy birthday for me, will you, please? Go on.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jonathan.
Well, it's not yet.
But it's not yet. Happy birthday to you.
Now that is quite an
Wonderful.
extraordinary
All the way
voice.
from
Now,
France, too.
all the way from France. Where are you exactly?
Toulouse.
Toulouse.
Oh, not
You're,
Yes.
There we are, Toulouse.
Question.
I remember coming there. Yeah, it was great. I toured all over France working, and I didn't do the Opera House, strangely enough. I don't know why I wasn't invited there, but there you go. That's another thing. What? Could you just tell people what you do for a living?
Well, I sing in the opera chorus.
In Toulouse, you see.
Yes.
And can you tell people how you first knew me?
We were at college together, and you sang Sir John Falstaff.
Oh, yes.
And I was Mistress Ford.
You were Mistress Ford, you were, weren't you?
Yes.
Absolutely. What a great that was a great opera, wasn't it? That was a great.
Yes.
It launched us actually, didn't it, out into the big wide world, which was really
it was
lovely.
a great production. Yeah.
And how are you doing there in your flat in France with your cat and you're going out now?
Yes.
2 cats.
Yes, Tommy and Tuppence. We're doing fine. And I was back at work this week.
Oh gosh.
And we actually did a recording session as well. We were doing singing the chorus parts. There's I've forgotten what her name is, but a mezzo, a young mezzo who's doing a recording at the moment. And so we sang, she did the Habanera from Carmen. Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
Okay. And you were doing...
Yeah.
That's the first opera I did, you know. Did you know that? That's the first thing I actually did at Glyndebourne. Yeah. I sung in the chorus at Glyndebourne, yeah. So you were doing that, you were singing with everybody else, any social distancing?
Yes, and masks when we're not singing, but we were allowed to take them off when we sing. And
well, I just jolly well think so.
But the only way to fit us all in, we used probably the place that you sang in, which was the Allogram.
Yes.
Which is the old Corn Exchange, a big round building. I'm showing you with my hands here, but nobody can
it's
see.
excellent, yeah. I can't see you, so it doesn't matter.
Yes. And so we took up sort of a quarter of this whole concert hall just for the chorus to sing.
Wow.
And the orchestra was all distanced as well. So.
So it can happen then. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Yeah, it was a great experience. So that was the beginning of the week. We also we've been doing for the last 2 or 3 years, going into schools or colleges on their first day back, and we give them a little concert with the full chorus. So it's open air usually. We were outside distancing again with masks, and all those listening to us were wearing masks.
Well, it's interesting, isn't it? So different approaches to... I mean, we've got people who are doing open-air performances here, but of course the nights are closing in. There's no way that they can carry on like that. Our own shows, my shows, people aren't willing to come out, or the churches can only take, 30 or 40 people. It's just not financially viable for the promoters to do that. Anyway, look, I'm glad that there in France, some common sense is prevailing. You can get going again. Some art is being done.
And we're all scheduled to do our first opera. We had to change. We were going to do the Pearlfishes, and it was going to be a new production with new costumes. And because of the lockdown, the sets didn't get built. So they quickly changed it. So we're doing Così fan tutte.
Ah, yes, excellent.
So we're
yeah, that's one. That was that's the beginning of it. The beginning of Act 1, Scene 1. You would be Soave. Yeah, just before Don Alfonso sings. Look, this is all right. I just wanted to say happy birthday to you, surprise you all, and just say from all of us in the community, you're a valued member of our online community here, and we are very grateful for you being part of it, Zena. All right.
Oh, thank you, Jonathan.
And just have a happy birthday, what's left of it, because you're an hour ahead. I've got to get on with the show.
Yes.
I can't just do all this nonsense and talking about good old things like opera. Sue wants to say goodbye, and she can't hear you. Oh, Sue can't hear you. She can't. It doesn't matter. Sue's got the wrong mic. Anyway, God bless you. Keep well.
Thank you.
Bye-bye, darling. Bye-bye.
Right. Bye-bye. Bye.
I like that.
That's great.
I like now. What shall I do? I tell you what I'll do. I'll do the guitar. So I'll do a song.
You're going to do the guitar? Okay.
All right. There we go. Now this is difficult to do.
Let's
Trust me,
turn you
because
up
you have to turn me up.
I have turned you up.
And this is the two songs
Just
I'm
to
going to
prove
do.
that I am doing something.
Yeah. Get rid of the cups.
And Zippy. You've neglected Zippy. I'm just going to move them out of the way.
Zippy. Yeah. Zippy. I don't know where to put Zippy. Zippy can go there. He's all right because he doesn't vibrate. No. All right. I can't hold the. I'm very cramped in here. We decided we needed me to move the grand piano. So see if you can do that tomorrow for me.
I'll do that tomorrow. Yeah.
I did a song not long ago. I think it was actually on the. I did it first here, and then you saw it on the video I did years ago, 23 years ago, and it was it was in my repertoire for so long, and I've forgotten it. I was doing it up in the shower, and I said to Sue, "Oh look, I've got the guitar, and the wire's not working. Don't tell me that you can't hear the guitar clearly because the wire's not working. Don't ask. It's not worth the fight. All right. So here it is. It's called W.C. McCall trying to buy a pickup truck on the cheap. Boom, 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 boom. While I was thumbing through the morning ads in the Shelby County Tribune when this classified advertisement caught my eye. It said take immediate delivery on a 47 half-ton Chevy pickup truck with swap for out of bid and 35 bucks. Go run for O-ring 2 and ask for Bob. Well, I phoned Bob up on the telephone. He says, hello, this is Bob speaking. I said, this here Bob got a pickup truck for sale? He says, yeah. I says, where are you? He says, 40 East and Contour, 10 right in the morning, gravel road. You can park the yard, beware of the dog, wipe your feet off, knock 2 times to bring your bill roll. Well, I too down the East on Contour, 10 right in the morning, gravel road, and I parked in the yard. German Shepherd got hold of my leg. Well, I knocked 3 times to wipe my feet. The dog let go, the string door open. Out comes Bob, says, what you want? I says, come see about your truck. He says, follow me. Come on, Frank. Well, the dog's name is Frank. Well, we all went past the chicken house, through the hog pen, past the tractor shed. We ended up back in the barn, a field of cow pies. And sitting right there in the pool of grease with a half-ton Chevy pickup truck with a license plate saying Moby Dick and a rolling box full of rusty parts. And Bob says, well, what do you think? Well, I kicked the tire and got in the seat and sat in a petrified apple core, found a bunch of foul mice living in the glove compartment. He says the shaft is bent and the rear end leaks. She's gonna fix it quick with an oil rag. Use nail side or I lost the key, don't pay no mind at whirring sound. She needs little oil outside that cheese cherry. I said, well, let's see. She said, what do you got? I said, $28.15. Says, you got a deal sign here. Okay, get the pin, hold gas. I put nail, slot, and start her off. And she coughed the belt up a bunch of smoke. I backed it right through the hog pen into the yard. Well, Frank jumped in and bit my leg, and I beat him off with a crowbar. He jumped on out, the door fell off, and the left front tire went flat. Well, I jacked it up and packed the tube, and Frank tore a piece of my shirt off. Then Bob came out, caught him off, says, you better get out of here. I went west and east and county to the left on the one-lane gravel road. I came to old Bill's place. I said, Bill, I got me a truck. What do you think? He said, you have been done. Bam, bam, ba, bam, 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 bam. He waits for rapturous applause because you have no idea.
Yeah, it's very hard
they
work,
don't care.
Isn't it? No, they don't care. The trouble is that they got a bit blasé about all this now, you know.
Yeah, I think that's true, actually, isn't it? It's true. That you need to think I can do anything now.
Well, you need to include the juggling next week.
Yeah, I'll juggle it at the same time.
Of course.
Okay. And this one, Sue, who's this for?
This one is for Kitty Herbert, and she just thought that it would be a good one to do. And actually, Kitty, you're right. It's a while since you've done this one, so it's lovely.
Yeah, I recorded this one.
And can I also say that whilst he's busy tuning up, that this is also for a couple of other birthdays. Richard Payne, your birthday is today. Roy, your birthday is today. And also Anne Bynon, your birthday was yesterday, Cindy reminded me. So happy birthday to you three and anyone else who's got a birthday around now.
I want Jesus to walk with me. I want Jesus to walk with me all along my pilgrim journey. I want Jesus to walk with me. In my troubles, walk with me. In my troubles, oh Lord, walk with me. Oh, when the shades are falling, I want Jesus to walk with me. And in my trials, oh Lord, walk with me. In my trials, oh Lord, walk with me. Oh, when my heart is breaking, I want Jesus right then to walk with me. In my sorrows, walk with me. In my sorrows, walk with me. When my heart is aching, I want Jesus right there to walk with me. And in my joys, oh Lord, walk with me. Oh, in my joys, oh Lord, walk with me. Oh, when my heart is filled with praising, I want Jesus to walk with me. In my trials, walk with me. In my troubles, walk with me. In my sorrows, oh Lord, walk with me. And in my joys, oh Lord, walk with me. I want Jesus to walk with me.
Love it, love it. And I have to say that from a personal point of view, that's how I feel at the moment, that I just need him to keep with us as we're walking along, and then we can manage one step at a time. That's
One
okay.
step at a time.
One step at a time. That's good.
And yeah, for many people, you know, faith, no faith, you're listening tonight, and we send you our best. Particularly, I'm thinking tonight of Graham.
Yeah,
And Sadie,
hi, Graham.
who are in, and dear Graham, who's the best decorator this side of the Westminster Bridge, and he's done our house so many times, and he's such a good bloke. And Sadie, who's looking after him and having to go through so much at the moment with treatment, it's not nice. And we send
But
big
we are
love.
delighted that you are with us. Thank you for joining us, and we love you.
Yeah, nice one too. Now
what?
I think what I fancy is doing. Who asked for this?
Praise my song. Oh, 10,000 reasons. Michael Cooper, you asked for this. A very special reason, because your son and his wife have just recently adopted, just in the last week, a little boy called Keegan, who is settling well. And as a family, they've been enjoying this week. And so this song is very poignant for all of you. Bless the Lord, oh my soul. And Michael, this is for you and your family.
Sing it. Bless the Lord. Bless the Lord, oh my soul. Oh my soul. Worship his holy name. Sing like never before. Oh my soul, I'll worship your holy name. The sun comes up, it's a new day dawning. It's time to sing your song again. Whatever may pass and whatever lies before me, let me be singing when the evening comes. Bless the Lord, oh my soul. Bless the Lord, oh my soul. Oh my soul, I worship his holy name. Sing like never before. Oh my soul, I worship your holy name. And you may not know this, and it's a kind of, if you're sitting out there, you never sung a hymn before, you can just la la la. It's very simple, all right? Or don't sing at all. Just go and get a cup of tea. You're rich in love and you're slow to anger. Your name is great and your heart is kind. For all your goodness I will keep on singing. 10,000 reasons for my heart to find. Join me this now. Bless the Lord, oh my soul. Oh my soul. Worship his holy name. Sing like never before. Oh my soul, I worship your holy name. And on that day, my strength is failing. The end draw near, and my time has come. Still my soul will sing your praise unending. 10,000 years and forevermore. Praise the Lord, oh my soul. Oh my soul. Worship his holy name. Sing like never before. Oh my soul, I worship your holy name. I worship your holy name. I worship your holy name. Now, another phone call. There we go. And we just see if we can do this. Okay.
Who will it be?
Who will it be? Stand by your phones. Stand by your phones now.
Someone's jumping up and down.
Or not.
Or not, as the case may be, running in shock.
Hello. Hello, Sal.
Hello, Sal.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Yeah, really good, thank you. I'm just mucked at me crochet, but not to worry.
No, I don't worry. You're live on the show. Is Roy there?
He's upstairs. Do you want me to go and...
Is he listening? Is he listening?
No, he's watching the UNICEF football match.
Of course he is.
Of course he is.
Well,
he was going to listen tomorrow.
No, just put him on now. Just for the one little moment, and just tell me you're there.
Right, hang on then. I'll run upstairs. Oh gosh, put the light on.
We're just going to put a picture up of Sally and Windsor. Sally and Roy Windsor, just in case you've not seen them before. So there they are in that little box.
Right, here he is.
Sally's the pretty one in the glasses.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Roy. You should have a two-syllable name, Roy. Happy birthday to you. Right, you can go back to UNICEF now.
Thank you very much.
Well, no, I couldn't get it. I couldn't let it go past, Roy. Not even with the football you're watching and all that malarkey.
You're all right. It's half time at the moment.
Oh, well, that's all right then. I'm glad I wouldn't want to interrupt your football. You know, I mean, I know it's better than that. How you doing, Roy?
I'm very well, thank you.
You're getting ready to. I understand you're shielding because you've got to have an eye op. Is that right?
That's absolutely right.
He's having plastic surgery, cosmetic surgery.
You're having cosmetic surgery, mate. You're going to need more than cosmetic surgery to make you look better. Okay.
I realise that, but I'm particularly looking forward to after it's done.
Yeah.
I'll be able to see more of Sue.
Yay!
Do you know that? Excuse me. I'm just going off to the side now to throw up. All right.
Okay.
Because Roy, we don't want crawlers and stuff like that.
You can't crawl.
Trust me.
Oh no, we can't crawl. Can you? Can't crawl. Don't crawl. I'm not going to get. I'm not. Do you know what? There are so many pitfalls, right, to this conversation that only you can make the jokes, and I'm not allowed to make any of them, and I can't trust you with any jokes. Definitely not. Don't tell any jokes, right? Just stop him, Sal. Put a gag in his mouth. He's the only man I know who tells me more jokes that I can't ever tell in public ever. So, but I just want you to know that we're just thinking of you today. Happy birthday, and the people on the show wish you all the best for the IOP and the community. Just we trust it goes well. When is it?
Friday.
Oh gosh, right. It's fairly soon. Okay. How long do they reckon it's going to? What are they doing, by the way?
Oh, it'll be in and out same day. It's just probably hour at the most.
Oh right. Okay. And a bandage for a couple of days.
Almost.
You look like one-eyed Jack.
Well, it's both eyes.
Oh, both eyes. Now you're just showing off. So you'll be quite grateful for me, mate. You'll be grateful to listen to me, won't you, on the radio? You will. It'll be kind of. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
After it's been done, he'll look like you do on the mugs. You know, that big wide
Yeah.
Wide eyes.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you for that. You mean like this? I'm holding up Barney the owl. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. That's what you look like.
But if I look like that, I couldn't give a hoot.
And that's why we had you on.
Whoa!
That's why we had you on for that one acceptable joke that you told. Do you know what? It's the only joke I've ever heard you tell that I could retell.
Well, you realise that Barney
Yeah.
would not be able to
Oh, here we go.
have sort of relations when it's wet.
Why is that then?
Well, it's too wet to woo.
Oh, don't you have something to do? Don't you have something to watch?
Yeah.
No, it's not back yet.
No. Don't think you're going to be on here for the next 15 minutes. Don't think that. Because I know that you will not last 15 minutes with me without having to be censored for the 15 seconds that we've got, you know. Anyway, what, Sally, let me just turn to you. How are you doing with the shielding?
Yes, I went to the shops and stocked up, so we haven't had to go out since.
Have you got people dropping in? Have you got people dropping stuff in?
Yes, Phil, you know Phil.
Yeah,
my
I know
son,
Phil, yeah.
Rugby Phil. He's living with us at the minute.
Ah, right.
So he's our contact with the outside world, and yeah, we're doing fine. Roy had a bit of a scare this evening. The Bristol ambulance service rang him. So, of course, immediately his heart started pounding. And they said, we're coming to do your COVID test on Tuesday.
Oh, flip.
So, of course, he has to have a swab.
Yeah.
He has to be COVID-free before he can go in on Friday.
Yeah.
And they're getting the ambulance people to do them.
Why?
They
Really?
haven't got anything else to do.
No, I know that well. Don't start with me on that. Do not get me going on that. It's a COVID National Health Service. That's what it is. And at least they're doing your eyes. I'm going in. I love my eye doctor because he's fantastic. I have injections in my eyes, as you know. And when he phoned me, after 2 months, he phoned me. He said, "Hello, Mr. Vera." He's Pakistani doctor, and he said, "How are you doing?" I said, "I'm doing very well. I'm doing good. It's it's very fine." So he said, "How's your eye?" I said, "What do you mean? How's my eye?" You have to take scans of it to work it out. He said, "Well, we're not allowed to have you in. So the only thing I can do is ask you, how's your eye? And if you say fine, then I just have to accept that." There it is. There it is. How's your eye? He said, "Go out. Look." He said, "Look up at the sky." I said, "What's that?" He said, "Tell me what you can see." I said, "The sun." He said, "How much further do you want to see?" So I thought I'd get that one out of the way. Right, now, enough. Sally, I just wanted to say happy birthday to Roy. We're thinking of you guys going into surgery and all of that, and we'll be joining you very soon.
Yes.
I think we're doing a little trolley run of people of a certain age, isn't it, really? I've realised what we do is we just go for blood tests. That's all we do now. What are you doing Monday? Going for a blood test. What are you doing Friday? Getting the blood test. You know, it's that kind of... So anyway, right, enough. We love you lots, as you know.
And you.
God bless you. Keep both of you and keep listening. And Roy, how dare you watch UNICEF football instead of listening to me? What kind of man are you?
Hang on. Can I just say something?
You can. Go on. Is it clean and is it acceptable? Go on.
You can go now. They've just kicked off.
All right. Yes, thanks for that, Roy. And with that, we say goodbye to Roy and Sal. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Right, thank you, Rachel, for getting that picture up.
Yes.
Off the site.
She was a bit worried that they were going to share the score because she's going to watch it after the show, so she was a bit anxious.
I don't care about football.
Well, we know you don't, but some people do.
Now, I just before we talk to our special guest,
sing something.
What would you like me to say? What was the thing? How about when I said I sung this last week, and I was at my parents' house doing some shifting of garages, stuff in garages,
cleaning out garage.
And I'm very grateful to Pete Jewell, who took every single bit of the rubbish from my parents' garage. Well, rubbish, it was stuff. And tools that I would never use, and he just loved all of it, and he just sat there saying, "Do you realise this goes probably dating back to turn of the century? Do you realise it's a tool they handmade this chisel?" And I told him, I said, "Look at the face, see whether it cares."
Oh, so rude.
It's yours. So he's taken all the tools anyway.
So
we. Why did I say that? And I met Sandy Penman, and Sandy's married to June, and June's been going through a lot. Sandy's 92, and a sprightly 92-year-old entered into the lovely discussion we had together about his family and everything else, and I asked him if he'd like a dedication, and he was delighted because he always listens to the show, so he wanted this this particular song, and I sang it last week, but I think you'd like it. When I survey the wondrous cross on which the Prince of Glory died, my riches I come but lost and poor content on all my pride. Forbid it, Lord, that I should boast, save in the cross of Christ my God. All the vain things that charm me most, I sacrifice them to His blood. See from His head, His hands, His feet, sorrow and love flow mingled down. Did her such love and sorrow meet or thorns compose, so rich a crown? Of nature mine, that were an offering far too small, love so amazing, so divine, demands my my soul, my life, my all demands my soul, my life, my all.
That was just beautiful.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Now, because we've got time, I'm going to do this. What did you wish me?
I said to Jonathan that I thought that
Yeah.
it would be a good challenge to play a tune, a well-known tune, in 4 different styles.
4 different styles.
That was the challenge I issued him this afternoon.
Okay.
And this is what he came up with.
Well, and I think this is what Auntie Dorothy, my dear Auntie Dorothy, she used to be the organist at our church, and she was a very square organist and pianist, and she'd play what's called delayed technique, so it'd be. So everything would be 4. Be like that.
And then what would she do when she played the introduction?
And then she'd go, so it would be very. It'd be always very slow. And then she'd give you the starting note. What? So. So this is the first.
This is just, you play the tune first. Give me the tune first.
Right, keep it simple. Keep it simple. That's difficult. Then what?
Okay, grand classical. Reggae.
Ba 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 ba
jazz. Ragtime. Go on, dare you. Well done. More next week.
Oh, I'm exhausted. Do you have any idea how difficult it is?
Well, you've been singing all week. You're going to be recording all week. I just thought it might be a quite fun thing to do to just get you playing
give you something to do.
The piano a bit more.
Yeah, okay.
You know?
All right.
Got nothing else to do.
Here we go. I'm going to find my...
Okay.
There we go.
Your
And
guest.
now we
Phone
have our
your
special guest for tonight. Now...
I'm sorry, I can't take your call at the moment. If you message after the tone, can you make sure it's in B flat?
You might
always, because you're a flugelhorn player, so everything has to be in B flat for you, doesn't it?
No, actually, can you put it in B? You'll flatten it yourself.
Do you know? I knew if I forgot you on here, Stuart, you'd be nothing but trouble from the off. Right.
I said I would try and behave myself. I didn't promise you.
No. Well, I think we prefer you when you don't behave yourself somehow, don't you?
Yeah. I think Mrs. Mac might have a different view on that.
I think we might need some kind of translation.
From the northeast, so we might need somebody here doing kind of signals, or at least a translation as we go, because nobody can understand a word you're saying so far. Okay.
Pardon?
What? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So. Sorry? You. Well, no, it doesn't. No, speaking into this, I don't have to hold the phone. Yes, so sorry. So, yes, I have to hold the phone for them, actually. For them. For you, the people out there, I hold that. For him, I know. Right now, Stuart.
Hello. Good evening.
Now, where are you phoning from? The northeast?
Yeah, I'm not phoning you from anywhere. You phoned me.
Oh, yeah, I phoned you on the...
I live... I live just outside Marlow in Buckinghamshire.
Oh, very posh, very posh.
Yeah. Sorry, I brought it down a few pegs when we moved here.
You can lower any tone, can't you?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So, we'll come back. We'll come to that in a second. But what is it you? When I first knew you, you were in industry, weren't you?
I worked in the oil industry, yes. I started off as a cargo surveyor in 1988 or something like that.
What's that? What's a cargo surveyor?
A cargo surveyor is basically somebody, and I don't want any rude comments back here, is basically somebody who walks around with a dipstick and a thermometer.
Yeah, I'm not going to make any comment about that. I'll leave that to Roy.
Well, yeah, I was thinking that. Basically it was checking the quantity and quality of oil on oil tankers and stuff like that.
So you were by training. You were a chemist or something, or we?
Not by training. My first job was in the civil service in the Dole office. Believe it or not.
You're joking, really?
I am not. It's one of the best jobs I've ever had. Simply because we had no responsibility. That was a very green 17-year-old. I started there. Yeah.
And where was that? Where was that? Up in the northeast.
That was in Gateshead.
Gateshead.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
It was good fun. And then, as happens, you meet these women, and then you get married, and they make all these financial demands on you. Well, civil service just didn't pay the money. It still doesn't, I don't think.
No.
So it was a change, and we had a friend who had his own company, and he gave me a job. And my 3-week induction was in Romania.
Oh my goodness!
Absolutely, and that was probably only the second time I'd been abroad, so it was a real culture shock. I went out there on the Friday, and if I could have come home on the Sunday, I would have and gone back to something else. Fortunately, I didn't. And the rest has been, I say history. It's a pretty boring history, but the rest of it was the start of a pretty incredible journey, really.
Wasn't it? Because then you came out of the oil industry because you went from there. I imagine did you go job to job there? I mean, is famous in the oil industry?
I worked for 3 different companies through 20 odd years, and then in 2012, the company I was working for then went bankrupt. So there was about 400 of us lost our jobs.
Gosh. And
then it was time to have a bit of a rethink.
Yeah, that must have been a major shock.
Well, yes and no. It was because of the way the financial crisis was in the world and everything like that. It was debatable how things were going to go. But then, just overnight, they decided they were closing the company was going to close, as it should have been. Jill and I should have moved to Switzerland that year. I was already working for head office in Switzerland, and traveling over there a week a month, and based in the northeast. And my boss had actually sort of mentioned that my permanent move might not happen, and I knew then that there was stuff happening. So that when the news came in January, I was probably expecting it more than a number of other people within the company. Let's put it that way. Yeah. And then it was time for a change. I had a few interviews in London for Texaco, BP and the likes, and got down to the last couple every time. But it's always the chemists they're going to employ, because that's where the money's made and lost, checking the quality of stuff. Yeah. So I said to Jill, I drive her nuts anyway, but I was driving her nuts through. I said, it's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. And Easter Sunday, just prior to Easter, it was time for a change. What do you fancy doing? And there was this job I'd seen donkey's years before children and everything like that. I thought, that'd be interesting, and never gave any more thought. It was a bursar in schools. Yeah. And on Easter Sunday, Jill showed me this job on the laptop, and it just felt right. And it was as a manager of a retreat house in Essex.
So stop there 1 second. A retreat house. Not everybody knows. What is a retreat house?
Right, a retreat house it's a combination of 3 things, I suppose. It's like a hotel, but it's not a hotel. It is a hotel, but we don't call ourselves hotels. No. We're a bit of a conference centre, and we're a bit of a church as well. And predominantly, certainly in the 2 that I've been in now, predominantly we are a Christian establishment. Yes. But we are absolutely there for anyone and everyone. People of faith, of any faith. Go.
If they're feeling just exhausted or whatever, they can be part of this. They do not have to have a faith. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, my flippant response is, if you pay, you can stay. But no, we are there for anyone and everyone, and there's a number of them there's a number of non-Christian houses. There's obviously lots of them, but the two I've been at, I mean, the one in Essex was the Chelmsford Diocesan House, so I was sort of have very strong links with the diocese there. Whereas the one I'm at now is not affiliated to any diocese or anything like that, so it makes it a bit more challenging.
Yes. Yeah. Listen, we're gonna come on to the nitty-gritty of it all, because I'd like to talk about the whole idea of a retreat place, where we get tired and everything else, and then we retreat to advance. It's all that kind of thing that we go to these places. But listen, before you do, we're going to practice the song that we've got to do for the recording. So
you're not going to ask me to sing, are you?
Well, if you could just put yourself on mute, very definitely. you're a flugelhorn player. Let's be blessed. Both your flugelhorn playing, and he's a great player. I have no idea whether you're going to sing, but it might be a little loud over this thing. But
don't worry.
Just be 2 seconds. We're going to sing this
song
now. So everybody out there, we are going to sing the song, and when we've recorded this now. Well, it's recorded it. We've started we planned it for recording on Tuesday. I think actually no, tomorrow. We're going to record this tomorrow. How we're going to do it? We'll get a recording that we can send to you online. And then what you'll do is you will film yourself. If you've got 2 devices, that's going to require somebody to be with you, to film you and record you being sung. You with me? And it will be quite clear when you get the instructions what to do. But basically, you'll do. It might be into a webcam. It might be into your phone. It might be through your iPad, your tablet that you've got. And then you record yourself having heard what we've given you, and you can keep in time that way. All right, don't worry, we've got all that sorted. The technology is yet to be
with headphones. On. With headphones.
With some people have it with headphones. I think so, but we shall see.
We'll sort it out. We'll sort it out.
We'll let you know. All right, but it's not imminent, so just relax. So here we go, and you'll be singing. You just call out my name. And it's a little pause. You just call out my name. So it's not you just call. You just call out my name. Sing it with me. 1, 2, 3. You just call out my name. And you sing the tune. Everybody sings a tune. I mean, if you want to sing a harmony, you can. If there's some really nice singers in there, Zena, if you want to sing a harmony together with it or anything else, you just call out my name, whatever you want to sing that works with the harmony. So here it goes. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Winter, spring, summer or fall. Winter, spring, summer or fall. All you gotta do is call. I'll sing this and I'll be there. Yes, I will. You've got a friend. So I'll sing and I'll be there. Yes, I will.
Okay, you're gonna do that whole line.
You've got a friend. You sing, you've got a friend. All right. So we'll do a couple of those runs. Let's do it one more time. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Winter, spring, summer or fall. All you got to do is call. All you gotta do is call. I'll sing this and I'll be there. Yes, I will. You've got a friend. Then, oh darling, you've got a friend. You've got a friend. Oh darling, you've got a friend. My darling, and you'll sing that as many times as. But Sue, could you do the first verse, all right? When you're down
and troubled, and you need some love and care, and nothing is going right. Close your eyes and think of me,
and soon I will be there to brighten up even your darkest night. Everybody sing it together. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you gotta do is call, and I'll be there. Yes, I will. You've got a friend. It just occurred to me. Now, we don't need to practice the verses, but it does occur to me that we've slowed this down so that you can get so it's easier to sing. So I think actually you just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you gotta do is call, and I'll be there. Yes, I will. You've got a friend. Oh, darling, you've got a friend. You've got a friend. You've got a friend. Last time, bud. You've got a friend. I've just seen here. So, just stand by, keep practicing that, all right?
What have you just
You
seen
can trace
there?
it back. I've just seen something that was posted earlier in the week. Gillian Hunkin found underneath their stairs some plum jam that goes back to 1989.
It's a long time.
89. And they tasted it, and they actually put it on bread, and they said it's actually really nice. Now, either they're too old and they can't taste anything. I mean, that's possible, isn't it, Gillian? Well, I'm just putting it out there. Or maybe you've got something just as old in your cupboard. Please let it not be any milk, all right?
No.
Just, or cheese.
I think we had some Marmite in the cupboard that was probably
About
20 years ago.
Yeah, 20 years ago. So what about you, Stuart? Did you have anything that old?
Good question. Jokes.
Yeah, there's that. But it's just actually in a treat house, you can't afford to have stuff that's not 100% pucker in the kitchen, can you?
No, well, this is true. Yeah, this is true. There's quite a number of guidelines you have to follow. Yeah, mate.
Yeah.
But,
and
yeah.
was it a complete culture shock to go into what effectively is becoming a hotelier, but a hotelier with a halo on it?
Yeah, I hadn't thought about it like that.
Yeah.
Culture shock. It wasn't a shock at all, because Jill has a proper job, and
somebody does, yeah.
and keeping me in the life I've become accustomed to.
Yeah.
But we both knew it was right. There was no reason at all why I should have got that job.
Because you weren't qualified for it at all, no.
And that's still questionable as well. But no, there's six of us. There's six of us sitting in the lounge at the house there. One was actually a hotel manager. Two others had been involved with retreat houses for 20 to 25 years.
Yeah.
The other two, I knew they weren't going to get the jobs. Yeah, it was all quite surreal. But
and you've been. I mean, it's been quite incredible because you've gone now from one retreat house to another one because we did a week for you, didn't we?
You did it. Yeah, you did a music week for us, and I'm not saying this because it's you, because I don't buy into this ego thing. But it was one of the.
Don't, do you?
No, I don't. But it was one of the best weeks we put on. It genuinely was. You and Sue came for a music week, and it was far more than that. It was far more than that. And there are a couple of people actually online tonight who were there. And
we loved them. I mean, I have to tell you, I was exhausted at the end of it. And it was the early days of my kidneys not functioning and everything. Yeah. But we left and we were so... it was so overwhelmingly gratifying to have been involved in... But you know what? Do you know what was interesting? Was that given that space, people, they found themselves. That's what I found was extraordinary. Do you know? Remember that 89-year-old guy who got up and did a solo? Was he 92? At the end of the we put a concert.
Salvation Army chap.
Salvation Army chap.
It was the Salvation Army chap. Yeah.
Yeah, and I called it a concert. Was called "We're Not Dead Yet" because I think most of the people were over 85 and whatever. And it was just extraordinary because he stood up and did a solo, and he had all the confidence of a 25-year-old, and. I just thought it was wonderful. Everybody felt that they had found something different about themselves.
Well, it wasn't just about music.
No.
And I mean, then there was lovely Pam who sang.
Yes.
Who sang Such Love far better than you did the other week, by the way.
Thank you.
But it was incredible. And is it right to mention it?
Yes. It is right to mention it.
I've already sort of got Sue and Jonathan tentatively booked in because we have no idea what's happening with COVID and everything. But I've got them tentatively booked in for a week in, I think it's the 26th of July, Sue?
Yeah, that's right.
Round about then, for Monday to Friday at St Catherine's here next year.
Fantastic.
So anybody that wants to come along, it will be a great week. I can promise you that.
I mean, what we did was we kind of we did music together. We sung together in a little choiry group, and then at the end of the week we put something on for everybody to enjoy. And we ate together and we were together, and old and young, and that was what. What is the value? Do you see in these days of an extraordinarily busy life that we lead? Coming from the oil industry, which is hell for leather and everything, and it's all about performance. And I know somebody involved in the oil industry right now probably is listening. What value does something like this have?
It's hard to measure in real terms. Well, the joy I get, I don't do anything. I run the place. I don't do anything. I'm I'm flat out every day, basically. But people come through the front door, and you can see that they're exhausted, they're stressed, all sorts on their minds. And they'll come for 20. Some people only come for the day. Some come for 24 hours, 48 hours. I've got a lady here. She's come for 5 nights. Another lady's coming on Tuesday for 3 nights. And when you see people walk through the door exhausted, whatever, and then you see them leave a different person just because they've made that journey to take time out. One of the ladies here isn't a Christian. She's just come for, she saw the place, she got the hairs on the back of her neck when she saw the place, so she knew it was here she had to come. The lady that's coming in the middle of the week is a Christian. She came last year. But it's making that intentional journey to take time. Now, people say, but we've been locked down, we've been stuck away in our houses for 6 months now. There's 2 sides to that. Yeah, you have, and can understand that it's just stressful doing that. But it's making that intentional journey to take that time out. Probably spend some more time on your own, but you'll be eating with other people. So, and just to see people leave a different person, there's some. I mean, we get a lot of clergy that come, and that's not an easy job.
no, I'm sure managing expectations as well.
Yeah, And some of them come for their part of the sabbatical. They bring all sorts of books with them. They'll be here for 3 or 4 days. They sleep for 2 days.
Yes.
Because they're exhausted. But that's part of it.
Yeah.
It's what you need. It's whatever you need it to be.
Yes.
There isn't a prescribed.
You do have a chapel. Do you have a chapel on?
We've got a chapel on. Yeah, we've got. I mean, there are pictures on our website. Some of them aren't. Because we've done quite a few changes over this last 18 months, and I haven't got all the photographs up. Oh, that's a lie. No, I think all the photographs are up to date. The chapel. It's a beautiful chapel.
And do you have a priest? Do you have a priest on call there? Is that what you have? Or?
I have access to.
Okay.
I have access. Yeah. No, we like on Monday. It's actually the one of the leaders from the church that we go to. She's coming in to speak to this or to listen with this lady that's here at the moment. She's asked to sort of spend some time with somebody. So Auntie's coming in to spend some time with her.
Just finally, you've got this bursary thing. Just talk very briefly about that, so we need to wind up. But I'm a trustee of the Association for Promoting Retreats, which is very much it's for Anglican retreat houses, of which we class ourselves as being. Well, no, we are. At one of our meetings, June, July time, I can't remember when it was suggested that there's a bursary put aside for what we've done, NHS and care work. Now, in hindsight, we shouldn't have sort of made the major on the NHS bursary because it is for anybody who's any sort of care sort of thing. I mean, the house here is actually it's owned by the Sue Ryder Prayer Fellowship. Oh, right, okay.
Now that's a different that's a different group of people to the actual Sue Ryder homes and all that sort of stuff. But I've been in touch with them. You know, it's for anybody who's working in a care situation, in a medical situation. It doesn't have to be the NHS. Chaplains as well. Now, we've helped up until middle of the week, I think it was 28 or 29 people.
Brilliant.
Now, that doesn't seem a lot of people, but we've set aside a figure and we've used 3/4 of that up already.
So it could be, people can apply to you if they've been a carer, if they are a carer, and they could just do with a bit of respite, a little bit of them coming away, getting a time away from those they're caring for.
And it doesn't have to be a spiritual retreat.
No,
you know?
I get it.
That is for anyone and anyone. I mean, we're sort of saying care workers. Really, it's anybody that's on the front line.
Yes.
So you've got the police and fire brigade as well.
Yes.
So, but no, I mean, we've been really encouraged by the uptake. And we're just giving it a little bit more thought at the moment as well. And somebody actually gave us a donation, not me, the APR. Somebody actually gave them a donation towards the bursary scheme. So we'll be able to help another couple of people. Yeah. So it's been really good. And
let's hope somebody out there right now, just looking at the camera, you can feel you can use that. You can't afford anything, but you can contact us or directly Stuart or us, and then we'll contact Stuart. All right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Is that right? Stuart, it's been a real pleasure having you on, mate.
I understand that. Yeah, I understand that. Yeah.
And I've got to go because we've got to sing a few songs before we go. All right.
Right. Okay. Anyway, keep going.
God bless you, mate.
Thanks for these Sunday nights, and I'll pester you some other time.
You will. I'll see you soon.
Good night, everyone.
Praise my soul, the King of heaven. To his feet thy tribute bring. Ransomed, healed, restored, forgiven. Who like thee his praises sing. Praise him, hallelujah, praise the everlasting King. Praise him, hallelujah, praise the everlasting King. Father like he tends and spares us. Well, our feeble frame he knows. In his hands he gently bears us, rescues us from all our foes. Praise him, hallelujah, widely as his mercy flows. Praise him, hallelujah, widely as his mercy flows. Angels help us to adore him. Ye behold him face to face. Sun and moon bow down before him. Dwellers all in time and space. Praise him, hallelujah. Praise with us the God of grace. Praise him, hallelujah. Praise with us the God of grace.
And that was requested by Victoria, and thank you for that, Victoria. Another one of those wonderful hymns that Jonathan has rewritten a tune so that it just brings the words alive. And in the spirit of that song, we want to praise God that Jill has come home from hospital. She's being treated for lymphoma, those of you who remember Jill. And I know her husband, Chris, has been through a very stressful time with that. And so we just think of them both, and we thank God that she's home. And we thank God for Helen Phillip, who has been a really good friend to Grace Stars. And Grace just wanted to say thank you, Helen, for all that you've done.
Sue, I'm going to sing a couple of songs. Do you want to just tell people about stuff?
Yes, Hymns Project 1 and 2. The one that he just sang is on Hymns Project 2. If you haven't got them, then please do consider getting them, because Jonathan's worked hard, as with all his albums, but they are beautifully written tunes, beautifully arranged. You've experienced all these sort of wonderful tunes that he just sort of seems to arrange instantly, and just something does something to a song and just brings it alive and just makes it very special to you. So he's got the 2 Hymns Project songs. If you want the books, we've got the music books as well. If you enjoyed I Want Jesus to Walk With Me, that's on his lovely early album called Pilgrim, and that's great. For those of you who haven't got the opera CD but would like it, we have those as well. And if you're looking for something that's got some of the wonderful hymns that you've enjoyed, Amazing Grace and Great Is Thy Faithfulness, those are all on what I call the inspirational album, which is the You Raise Me Up album. And that is a must to have in your collection of JV. You can never have enough JV, I've decided. You can never have enough. Everything is £8, apart from the latest one, the Hymns Project 2, which is £10, but you'll not buy it cheaper anywhere else. So just order them through the website, which is up on the screen. If you would love to donate to our ministry, then that would be wonderful. We would be so grateful.
We have been grateful right the
all the
way through.
If I haven't thanked you, it's because I have been able to find you.
Yes, please.
But a lot of people I have thanked.
Just a little note about that.
Yes.
If you give, we would like to be able to just to say thank you. You don't have to do much, but just leave the name, and if you're a friend, then leave your contact details. If you leave to the bank account, if you'd like to work out how to do that, then please do. But it is through your support that we've kept going, and that we're still pursuing the
You've Got a Friend
Trust idea. It's about getting a lawyer that I can talk to do it, that I've got, and we haven't been able to fix the time. But we're putting aside money, and we're giving money already to people that we feel could do with a little bit of a helping hand. Not a great big cash sum, just tiny amounts of money, but it just shows that the community is caring. My concept for this is that a lot of us will give £10. So it becomes a kind of a bigger fund, but nobody is asked to give loads of money. That's really important.
Yes, and we're aware that for some of you, even that is too much.
So you don't give.
That's why we're not asking you to. It's those who can. It would be lovely if you could donate. But at the moment, it's to either paypal.me/Jonathan Vera, or you can ask me for the bank details, and I will happily give that to you.
There you go. Here we go. Good, peaceful, in gentleness, through the violence of these days. Give freely, show tenderness in all your ways. Through darkness, in troubled times, let holiness be your aim. Seek wisdom, let faithfulness burn like a flame. God speed you, God lead you, and keep you wrapped around His heart. May you be known by love. And this is for Roxanne and Philip today,
and Rachel and Trevor Eves too. Happy anniversary, guys. Be righteous, speak truthfully in a world of greed and lies. Show kindness, see everyone through heaven's eyes.
God hold you, enfold you, and keep you wrapped around His heart. May you be known by love. God hold you, enfold you, and keep you wrapped around His heart. May you be known by love. And I'm going to be recording that on Tuesday. Next week, we have the lovely Lisa Ashton from Mombasa Foundation, and she'll be coming, but she'll be talking to us. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine on you. The Lord bless you and keep you and give you his peace. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine on you. The Lord bless you and keep you and give you his peace and give you his peace. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord turn his face toward you. The Lord bless you and keep you and be gracious to you. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord turn his face toward you. The Lord bless you and keep you and be gracious to you and be gracious to you. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord turn his face toward you. The Lord bless you and keep you and give you his peace and give you his peace. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, and we'll see you next week, 8 o'clock, here with JV and Sue.
You mean Sue and JV?
Well, assume it. You've got 20 seconds
And
to say something.
We will see you in the JV community during the week as well.
As we
have
post.
a good week.
14,
And, be blessed.
13, 12, 11,
I'm finished.
10,
I'm out.
9, you got nothing else to say?
No.
6,
I'm a man of
5,
few women, a few words.
4, good night everybody, 3,
God bless you.
2,
Good night.
1, and we'll see you next week.